Hello and welcome to the Today's Money Masters. I'm your host, Jean-Paul Menu. The Today's Money Masters competition comprises 3 professional investors and a novice, each provided with $500,000 to invest. The participants will invest in stocks, bonds, and collective investment schemes. They will share their strategies over a 1-year period. At the end of the period, the top portfolio manager will be declared. So let's continue with the masters on this very exciting journey. Now, a word from our sponsors.
Have you ever been interested in an IPO but didn't have the time to go in branch and submit all the documents? We've got a solution for that. With NCB Capital Markets Go IPO portal, you can submit and track your IPO application from any of your favorite devices. No need to go in branch. No need to contact a wealth advisor. No extra fees. And it's accessible to both NCB and non-NCB clients for all our offers. So no excuses. Investing is easier with Go IPO. Visit www.goipo.jncb.com or text Go IPO to 876-383-1729 and start investing today.
Welcome back. On today's program, we are joined again by Chrevaughn Legister, our professional from Chrevaughn Wealth Limited. Hi, Chrevaughn.
Hi, John Paul.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, I'm well. Thank you. Nice to have you back.
Good.
You recently bought AMG Paper and Packaging. What were the recent developments about that company that drove you to make that purchase? Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Sure. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with this company, AMG Paper and Packaging. They're a manufacturer of cardboard or corrugated boxes.
Okay.
So most of the boxes that you probably would have come in contact with, if you flip them, you may see AMG stamp on the back.
Okay.
Right. So, I mean, I've been on the fence regarding this stock for some time, the company in general, and I'll tell you why. So, historically, the company's core focus was manufacturing boxes. In 2015, the management decided to go into the manufacturing of toilet paper products,
okay.
Right? Which was a bit questionable to me because when I look at the industry for box manufacturers, they are unable to currently satisfy the demand that's out there for companies that utilize these boxes.
Really?
We're talking about large companies like large retailers and distributors such as Wysinco and Seprod.
Sure.
Right? They have packaged items. So as I said, it was very questionable. And also the fact that the toilet paper business folded within 3 years of operation.
No pun
Right?
intended.
So I mean that to me is a red flag. I mean, if you start a segment and within 3 years it had to fold, then it's either that there was insufficient due diligence that was done, or you were very overly optimistic of what you could have achieved within this space, right?
Sure.
So forward to 2019, the company has now done away with the toilet paper segment of the business and has now decided to refocus on box manufacturing, right? And now their financials have started to look better, right? It's given me a little bit more confidence, but then I'm still on the fence. Why again? It's because management doesn't seem to be very nimble, right? So I mean, I will partially accept the explanation that management gave in terms of not going into or capitalizing on the recent ban on plastic bottles or plastic bags. Right? What they have said is that that new venture will really now require some large investment in equipment to produce paper bags, right? Because I thought they would have capitalized on the ban on plastic bags to produce paper bags, because that is now the new thing that you will need to carry your items.
Logical.
It's logical, right? But management has said that no, they're going to hold off. So, I mean, I thought it would have been a low-hanging fruit, because what I've seen also is that the importers of paper bags who supply these bags to these paper bags to supermarkets have said that when they import the product, it goes from their supply runs out quickly.
Okay.
Their inventory runs out quickly, which means that there's strong demand for a paper bag. So I'm not sure if it is that the company, AMG, wasn't clear or sure of government's commitment with the ban on plastic bags, so they were hesitating to make that move. Right? To make the investment. To make the investment, in terms of the additional equipment. So, still on the fence, but what I like, the company AMG's management, they recently acquired additional space to expand their throughput, right? So they had space constraint. This new additional space is going to allow the company now to actually probably release their inventory a little bit better. And also, I'm not sure if it's aimed at increasing supply per se, but it's really going to help with the logistics. As I said before, this company was profitable before it went into the toilet tissue paper, the toilet paper making, and as such now they're looking a little bit better. That's the fundamental side. On the technical side, I included it in my portfolio because I realized that the stock trades within a band which will allow me to earn attractive returns within, I believe, a reasonable period of time within the competition. And that's really the 2 cents about AMG.
And so it's sort of a lesser known entity, right, perhaps?
So it's a really a small company. And so it's not very popular. I think we take box making for granted in Jamaica, and we don't know where these boxes come from. And it wasn't until I was just looking, I said, this is an interesting company. And I flipped over a box and I realized that AMG was stamped on the box. So I think the company has great potential. One of the things I would like to encourage management from where I'm sitting is to, make better use of what I believe are hedging tools, given the big discussion now about the foreign exchange rate, because they have to import the inputs to make these boxes, right? And as such, you see where the dollar has been going. It's a little bit more volatile than the norm. And I believe when the BOJ or the minister, the Bank of Jamaica or the Minister of Finance, speak to companies that need to make use of forward contracts or hedging, tools, mechanisms, so that they can reduce the effect of foreign exchange effects or the foreign exchange movements. I think AMG can capitalize on this. They were really affected, or they have been affected from time to time by input costs to produce the boxes, the paper that is required to produce the boxes. But I think it's a company that has potential, and management just needs to be a little bit more nimble. But I'm not in the belly of things, so I'm allowing them to make their decision, and I'm sure they will be able to add some value to shareholders over time.
That was Chrevaughn Legister giving us his financial thoughts.
Have you ever been interested in an IPO but didn't have the time to go in branch and submit all the documents? We've got a solution for that. With NCB Capital Markets Go IPO portal, you can submit and track your IPO application from any of your favorite devices. No need to go in branch. No need to contact a wealth advisor. No extra fees. And it's accessible to both NCB and non-NCB clients for all our offers. So no excuses. Investing is easier with Go IPO. Visit www.goipo.jncb.com or text Go IPO to 876-383-1729 and start investing today.
The Money Masters Funds. It's all about real growth, safety and security of your assets. The Growth Fund gives higher returns for the investor more focused on growth. Money Masters Funds, providing growth and security, performance and financial peace of mind.
We are CUFMC, Credit Union Fund Management Company. Trust matters, and you can believe in our reliability.
Service.
We give impeccable attention to your needs.
Experience.
Careful and prudent are part of our DNA.
Know-how.
After 70 years working exclusively for credit unions, now we're open to all investors. CUFMC, Credit Union Fund Management Company.
How we choose to invest our time today often has a propelling effect for what we gain tomorrow. It's like investing in shares.
Mommy, is this a share?
Yes. She's right. It's similar to how shares work. Companies are publicly listed on the Jamaica stock market. These companies are divided into pieces, and these pieces are what are called shares. The owners of these shares are called shareholders.
It's always a pleasure. Join us next week, same time, for another exciting episode of the Masters Competition, as we'll meet with another participant. Follow the pros and the one novice each week on the Masters Competition. Listen and analyze the strategies with the Masters on RJR 94 FM Thursdays at 8:45 a.m. as they challenge each other to stay ahead. And also look out for the portfolios in the Sunday Gleaner. The Masters Competition is a product of Today's Money Limited, brought to you in partnership with NCB Capital Markets Limited, Money Masters Limited, Credit Union Fund Management Company Limited, and the Jamaica Stock Exchange. I'm Jean-Paul Manu. The Masters is another fine product from Today's Money Limited.